So, hi, hello, and welcome to this video. So, we are doing like cowboy romance video. So, I will be reading 5 cowboy romances and tell you what I think about them. So, the first one is Cowboy Up. Then we have Flawless, Done and Dusted, Root Bound, and Off to the Races. So, the plan is to read them, see how I feel about them. So I have already finished the first book for this video, and yeah, so I finished Done and Dusted. So in this one we are following Annie and Luke, and basically this is a brother's best friend small town romance. I mean, I feel like a lot of cowboy romances are small towns. So yeah, so in this one, Emmy, she is a barrel racer. However, after a fall, she no longer basically wants to ride. And basically, she returns to her hometown where she meets Luke, which is her brother's best friend. And basically, he's a bad boy, a bar owner, a bachelor. So, and he's also an unofficial fifth member of the Ryder family because they took him in kind of when he needed it. So he's basically helping her get back into the saddle. So I give this, I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I loved this, and I had so much fun. Let's just say it was so much fun, and I really enjoyed this. So, and yeah, and I was during this really like I think the father knew, and then after a while I was just like, I think it was she has 2 brothers, Wes and Gus, and I was just like, I think Wes knows, yes, and I was just like, I think Gus doesn't know, and he didn't. And yeah, I really liked it. The father was like, I know everything that happens on my farm. So yeah, I really like that the father, I mean the mother is dead in this, and I really like that the father is really, he definitely looks out for his children, and like he knows everything that goes on, and he saw the change in Emmy, and he was just like, yeah, he didn't care as long as she was happy. I like that Wes also wasn't that like bad, and yeah. So this is the first one in a series. I think we will be getting both Wes and Gus. I think Wes is first, which is the next one in this series, and I can't wait to continue on with that. So the next one is called Swift and Saddled, and I think that's Wes. So this one I can't wait to continue on with the series. 5 stars, loved it, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to continue on. So I haven't really decided on which one of these I will continue on, but I will update when it's time again to do that. Okay, so I have just finished my second book for this series. So I finished Off to the Races by Elsie Silver, and I have another Elsie Silver book on this, but in this one we are following Billy and Vaughn. And basically Billy is a horse trainer, and Vaughn owns a ranch with what's it called again? Racing horses. So basically Billy is going to train one of the most difficult horses that she names Didi, which is, yeah, a difficult horse to train because he don't like people. So what did I I mean, I gave this 4 stars. I actually really ended up enjoying this. I was not sure that I actually would enjoy this because at first I was a little hesitant. But overall, it kind of convinced me that I really, really like this. And yeah, it's not a 5-star just because I didn't fully like love it. And yeah, but overall, I liked it. I am definitely going to continue on this series, and it definitely makes me want to read more Elsie Silver. So I have to say, me personally, with cowboy romances, I love the cowboy romances. However, I don't fully like love all the sports, let's call it that is in them. Like in normal life, I don't particularly love it. One thing I liked about Done and Dusted, so let's talk about them. Done and Dusted has a barrel racer, and I have to say, for me, this is a positive barrel racer, just because a lot of barrel racers, they are, let's just face it, there are a lot of barrel racers who the horse is only doing barrel racing. That is all the horse does, and basically it kind of drives the horse nuts after a while. If you ever have seen a barrel racer competition, you will see a lot of horses that is just up there just because they don't do anything else. And also, a lot of barrel racers can't ride. I'm just putting it out there. So it's bad for the horse. However, in this one, I feel like Lila Sage definitely made a character who actually knows how to ride, and that's a good thing, that you actually write one that where you ride. And the horse that she uses, she definitely don't only barrel race with it, which is awesome. You should definitely have your horse do other things. So with Off to the Races, that is race horse, and I have to say, I don't particularly love real life horse racing, just because a lot of people are just horrible to these horses, and they are basically, a lot of them are running themselves to the death. So that's kind of what I feel about it in real life. I don't have any particular with like reading about it, just because it's not real. And yeah, it's just, overall, I did like it. I liked the romance, and I really liked what one did for Billy in the end with Dee Dee. So yeah, so far both of the books that I have read have had like things that I really enjoy, which is great. I love loving books, you know. That is kind of one of the things that is driving me forward to read more books, if it's when I actually like a book. If I don't like a book, it's not that easy to continue. But yeah, really enjoyed this, and yeah, now I am going back to reading the other Elsie Silver book that I am going to read, and that is Flawless. And one thing that surprised me a lot in Off the Races is that in this one you hear about Violet Eaton, and she's in Off the Races, and she's in this one because she is Rat's sister, which is crazy. But yeah, I am going back to reading, and I will talk once I kind of have any more opinions that is not 100 pages in. So far, I'm really enjoying this. I've just finished Flawless. The next one is Flawless. And this one is about Rat. I think his name was Rat. And Summer. And basically, he is a professional bull rider. And basically he does something stupid, so kind of the manager decides that they need to freshen up his image, and basically he gets a full-time babysitter, and that is the manager's daughter, Summer. So, bull riding. How do I feel about bull riding? I personally don't like it. Like in real life. Now, do I care about reading about it? No. But I feel really sorry for the bulls. Let's just say that. And I feel like the reason why I have kind of, let's call it strong opinions, I mean, one of the few like horse people I basically follow is Riley Link, and she has really, I mean, she really like straightforward thoughts, but she has checked out a lot of things about this sport, so yeah, but I don't care about reading about it. So I give this book 5 stars. We have 2 5-star books and 1 4 stars, which is really, really good. I feel like I have picked up really good books. So this one, Violet's Sister, and Violet we will meet in the second book in the one that we talked about last time, which was After the Races. We basically get to see her. So this is really, really interesting and fun. So yeah, 5 stars. Now, one thing that I feel like I am really like loving, like the father in this. He was kind of ish like putting them together because he actually really liked Red and wanted Summer to be together with him, which I find hilarious, you know. It's just, I have to say, I really like fathers who are there for like rather their daughter or their son, and it's like they just want them to be happy, and it's just really, really fun to see that. And yeah, so now I really have to say I liked the aspect of the ending of this, just because now, from what I have gathered, like a lot of bull riders, they just do it because they kind of don't have anything, like they just feel like it's their identity, and they don't like people to tell them to quit, and they have to decide on their own that I am going to quit. So yeah, and if you push them, they are just not going to like it. And yeah, but the ending of this I really liked. And now the second act breakup, I have to say, me personally would like think the kind of thing is bad, but from a perspective from, you know, that you need to take your own choices to when to quit, I totally get the second act breakup. So yeah, I don't think there is much else to say. I mean, obviously loved it, loved the romance. I really liked that he was kind of like grumpy, but overall he really did like her. She just didn't think it because he was so grumpy. And yeah, obviously I'm going to read the next one, which is Heartless. That is Kate and Willa. We have met both of them. I can't wait to continue on with the series, probably in June. But yeah, overall loved it. So the next book I am going to read is Rootbound, and in this one we are basically following Tate and Henry. And from what I can gather, Tate is basically coming to a contracted assignment on her family's home, which is Logan Ranch, range to a 6-week assignment, and she basically thinks that her family has no interest in getting a relationship with her. And then we have Henry, who basically is the cowboy who has dedicated his life to this ranch, because they basically, he owes them for raising him and rescuing him and giving him a purpose. And basically he's one to protect the people he loves from kind of Tate, because he has no idea like anything about her. And yeah, so I will talk more once I have started this. I have read the prologue in this, so I don't know much, so I'm going to get to this and we will talk later. So I have just finished Cowboy Up, and this book is about Clayton and Caroline, and this is the third book in the Coming Home series. What am I going to say about this book? It's Clayton kind of is he's the eldest, so he takes things really seriously, and then he meets Caroline at a bar. They have a one-night stand, and then they basically can't stop thinking about each other, and then basically she falls on hard times, and then basically he comes in out of nowhere and rescues her. And it's just impossible to stay away. So I think I'm gonna give these 3.5. I give the other two 3. But I really like this. It's not my favorite series, definitely not, but it's also one thing I am really liking is the female characters in this. So not just this, but this series as a whole. Just because I am going to say in the beginning Caroline is broken down, just because she basically have just gotten away from an ex, like a really bad ex, and is kind of broken down, and she has a horrible mother, doesn't feel like she kind of is worth anything. And basically when she meets Clayton, she figures, like, he really shows her that she is actually worth something, and that it just builds, and she becomes a really strong character. And that it kind of have, I feel like, yes, it has something to do with the man that Clayton is. However, I don't feel like it's just that. I mean, she basically now feels like she's worth something, so she kind of becomes really a strong character in the end, and is basically able to like stand up for herself. And that is something I really like, to see how this character grows. And yeah, and that is basically because someone shows her that yes, you can be strong, and that is something that is really great. But 3.5 overall, I really did like it. It's not my favorite series, but overall I really did love this, and it's good to have a series done. And I really loved the ending, and I really liked to see all this, like everyone in this family being really nice to each other after everything that has gone down. Okay, so I have just finished Rootbound, and I think I am going to give this 5 stars as well, because I loved it. It was so much fun. So basically this actually takes place during 6 weeks, so it's quite a whirlwind of romance, let's just call it that. It takes a while before they, you know, actually accept their feelings towards each other, but yeah, I really loved the romance, and I loved that. I mean, this wasn't like a typical cowboy romance. There was a ranch. In this one, we are following Tate Logan and Henry Markham. And basically, Tate, she's a photographer in California. She hasn't spoken to her family in years, but she gets this job that basically requires her to go back to the farm where she grew up until she was like 7. Now Henry, he is basically dedicated his whole life to the Logan family because they kind of saved him when he was young. And basically when Tate shows up, he's not sure why she's there after the farm, like the ranch, got really popular because of a TV show. So it's a rocky start. However, there are a lot of things that happens in here, and basically the Logan family is not kind of all as it seems with everything. So that was kind of what it's about. So I really love this romance, and there was definitely some shit that went down that got me, yeah, it was crazy, and yeah, some crazy shit went down. Let's just say that. It was yeah, I don't really know what to say about that, but some crazy things went down. But yeah, really love the romance, and yeah, I have to say that there was a lot of funny things in here. Loved it. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, when I love a book, I just love a book. I feel like I have more nitpicky things to say if I don't like a book, but overall I really did love this, and 5 stars. Love the romance, really liked Henry, and it's just I have definitely figured out that I really like cowboy romances. Now, do I love all of them? Probably not, but I really, yeah, I think that, you know, just growing up, like, you really already love cowboys, and like that, you probably will like it as well. Now I feel so lucky that I have read 3 5 stars, 1 4 stars, and 1 3.5, which is really crazy how well this one went. Now I think that my picks were really good. I feel like if I had just picked something extremely random, it might not have gotten this high of a rating, but overall it went really well, and I definitely am going to read more cowboy romances to see. But yeah, that was all the books for this video. It went really well. I think this is the one that has been going the best so far. And yeah, I hope you liked this video, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye!